I recently published a video on YouTube which got quite popular comparing LEGO planes and their real military equivalents. On the comments I got lots of ideas for other LEGO sets, so here it is, my top 10 LEGO plane sets and their military equivalent, part 2. First of all, let's start with Technic sets, in this case the LEGO Fireplane. That certainly looks like a real-world design, but it's not a military one. For that, we need to look at the second option offered by this set, which looks extremely similar to the new Indian fighter, the HAL Tejas. This LEGO design has exactly the same wing angle, and the forward fuselage is identical. Even the forward landing gear has two wheels just like the Tejas. The following example is the cargo heli set, with a version of the Augusta Westland Maryland helicopter. Specifically, it's based on the version used by the Canadian Air Force for search and rescue, known as the Cormorant. The only difference is that the Creator set has 4 blades on main propeller instead of 5. Although it's a search and rescue helicopter, it's still operated by the armed forces and it's based on the military design, so it fits on this category. Lots of people noticed that the heavy-duty helicopter set was based on the Chinook, and indeed it's even more similar to the real one than the design that I showed on my previous video, the Red Rotor set. This time the landing gear is identical, but to avoid problems, LEGO labeled it as a police helicopter, and used again 4 blades on each propeller instead of 3 of the real design. Next we have the twin-spin helicopter. It's something of a hybrid between a Chinook and the Sikorsky CH-54 Tarhe, both of them widely used by the Americans during the Vietnam War. Like the Tarhe, this set has almost no fuselage to speak of, which means that it can carry large and bulky cargoes under its main structure. This set also comes with the option of making a radial engine plane, with a fixed landing gear with skis. The only plane that I remember with these two characteristics and a similar profile was the Fokker D-21, specifically the adaptations made by the Finnish to their own examples during the Winter War. Some people on my previous video noticed that one of the 3 models of the Creator Propeller plane features an A-10 Thunderbolt II, also known as the War Dog. It does have some similarities like the slightly swept wing and the twin fins tail arrangement, but it lacks the 2 engines on the rear. But indeed it's easy to modify it into an A-10. The third model is clearly based on the Aerocopter Colibri, which is used by some armed forces like Spain, Singapore and France. Another set that people were enthusiastically commenting on my previous video was the Airport Air Show set. One of the planes is a hybrid between the Dassault Rafale and the Saab Gripen. Like the Gripen, it has a single engine on the rear and the wings are almost identical to that plane, while the tail fin is more closer to the one used by the Rafale. Some people also commented that the other plane was based on the F-18 Hornet. The Superstore Creator set is similar to a number of different planes, so we need to look on the details to understand what it really is. In some ways, it seems to be yet another version of the Harrier jump jet, since it seems to feature a Pegasus engine with its 4 nozzles like the Harrier. The wing is also similar. However, it has a tricycle landing gear, so it might be yet again a hybrid between the Harrier and, for example, an Alpajet training plane. The third option for this set is a small 2-blade helicopter which looks like a combination of the American Bell Cobra and the Russian Mi-28 Havoc attack helicopters. Returning to the Technic team, we have the Air Race Jet. From the front, it looks like a heavily modified version of the F-15 Eagle, or the MiG-25 Foxbat, without the tail stabilizers. However, it has an orientable main engine on the tail, plus another small engine on the front, that can be opened to allow vertical takeoffs like the B variant of the F-35 Lightning II. Still, it's a curious design. The Supersonic Jet Creator set has both a very original and weird design. It certainly has some style features from the latest 5th generation fighters, except those very odd 2 extra fins on the tips of the wings. But from the front it looks quite similar to the new J-20 stealth fighter developed by China. With just a few modifications, it's almost identical. For last we have the Desert Biplane. We could say that it's a simple biplane, similar to many military ones used during the World War I, but it's difficult to say that it's a military design, until you notice that it has 2 machine guns mounted over the engine. That LEGO piece has been used by many AFOs, including me, to represent machine guns since they fit perfectly over the engines. Therefore, it's a military design. Nothing wrong with it, it's just a proof that LEGO has released these guys' military designs without any backlash on the past. Again, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, consider watching or rewatching the part 1 of this video, with many other designs released by LEGO. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube page as well, it really means a lot to me. Thanks and see you again next time.